Life has a strange way of testing the boundaries of the human heart. It pushes, it bends, and sometimes it threatens to break. For Mark and Kelly, a couple whose love had endured decades, life's greatest test arrived quietly, first as a cough, then as a shadow that stretched across every part of their world. They met in the late 70s at a community dance, under bright lights and the hum of lively music. Kelly still remembered the moment their eyes met across the crowded room. Mark, full of warmth, laughter, and a spark in his eyes, walked toward her with a confidence that made her heart flutter. Kelly, gentle but strong, with a smile that could soften even the hardest day, was immediately the center of his attention. Their love didn't explode like fire. It grew slowly, deeply, with the steady certainty of two souls who simply fit. They built a life that was real and full, careers, challenges, two children, evenings spent walking hand in hand, exchanging silent glances that spoke louder than words ever could. They were the kind of couple people admired, the kind who still looked at each other as though the world around them disappeared. Their story was one of partnership, quiet mornings over coffee, shared dreams, whispered promises, and the knowledge that no matter what life brought, they would face it together. But life is never predictable. One winter, Mark began to cough. He brushed it off at first, insisting that he was simply getting older. But Kelly saw something in his eyes, a tiredness he couldn't hide. Doctor's appointments followed, tests, long hallway waits and sterile rooms that felt too cold and too bright. The smiles from medical staff slowly tightened into something else, pity, concern, fear hidden behind professional calm. Kelly noticed every change. Her heart learned to listen to the silence between words. The air in their house changed too. Laughter didn't ring the way it once had. Dinner conversations grew shorter. Nights felt heavier. Every ring of the phone made Kelly's stomach clench. Every doctor's appointment felt like stepping deeper into
Yet
unknown
through it all,
waters.
Mark and Kelly held hands. They faced each new result as one, two hearts drawing strength from decades of love. But weeks tangled into months, and hope, once strong and certain, began to flicker like a candle running low. Then came the day everything shifted. Kelly still spoke about it with a tremor in her voice, even years later. The consultation room was painfully white, the chairs too stiff, the air too still. The doctor spoke softly, but no gentleness could soften the blow of what he had to say. The cancer had advanced. Treatment options were gone. All that remained was time, uncertain, fragile, slipping through their fingers like sand. "We've done everything we can," the doctor said, his voice heavy with sorrow. "It's time to make him comfortable. Time to prepare to say goodbye." Kelly felt the world drop away beneath her. The future they had woven, the children's milestones, the holidays, the golden anniversary she had always pictured seemed to shatter in an instant. It wasn't just a medical verdict. It was the unraveling of a lifetime. The walk back to Mark's room was the longest of her life. Each step was weighted with a truth no heart should have to carry. How does one tell the person who has been their world that time is run short? She sat beside him, her hand in his, unable to find the words. The silence between them was thick, and Mark, weakened but still perceptive, saw everything in her trembling smile. He understood. Without being told, he understood. He lifted his hand, frail, shaking slightly, and brushed a tear from her face she hadn't even realized had fallen. In that quiet room, surrounded by the stark reality of machines and medical charts, the world seemed to pause. And in that pause, their love, tested, shaken, but unbroken, spoke louder than any diagnosis ever could.